Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. Today we are going to cut clutch number 7. This is the second clutch that Big Puma, or well, technically his third clutch, but his second clutch to a Super Enchi Orange Dream female. The first clutch we had with him, which was clutch 5, and the other Super Enchi OD female I have, had some really awesome snakes in there. This clutch has 6 eggs in here. They all look like they're good. I think 2 of them have pipped. They look a little bit more on the less crazy side, look a little more normal, but I still need to cut them open all the way. Their heads are just poking out, and then I need to cut the other 4 to see what we have in there. So I'm hoping that we have some crazy combos like the Super OD Enchi Leopard pinstripe that I had in the other clutch. So let's just dive right in. So I'm kind of really excited to see what we have going on here. Alright, so we have clutch number 7, 6 eggs are in here, Super Enchi OD, number 1 actually was the female, to Big Puma. They were laid on May 8th, and they're due around July 6th or so. My incubator was kind of like a degree too warm, and it was kind of cooking these eggs a little faster than I would like, so these guys are coming out a little early, just like the last 2 clutches did, so I actually dialed down the temperature a degree. So hopefully the eggs are starting to hatch a little more closer to the, the 2-month or 58-day mark, so that we're not having them hatch too early. I don't want to cook them too fast. Yeah, so these 2 right here have pipped already, and this little guy, if you can see, his little nose is sticking out. So I'm actually going to cut this one first. Which, when I looked in here yesterday, when I saw that this one pipped out first, I was hoping the eggs were okay, because I started seeing, I don't know if you can see on here, it's like starting to grow a little bit like if it'll focus, a little bit like pink mold on the side of the egg. So I was hoping that these eggs were okay, and this one's coming out. I think the other ones, they look a little bit of discoloration, but if you've ever had ball python eggs before, and once the you get this far into the egg hatching cycle, you can really start feeling the embryos or hatchlings or neonates, whatever you want to call them, inside the eggs. And these feel like they're all fully formed, so I think we're safe with all of them. But when you start seeing like discoloration on the eggs, you start to wonder. Actually, my clutch, one of my Blue Eye Lucy clutches, which was like 7 eggs to begin with from a proven breeder female, 2 of them already completely went bad. There's 5 left in there, but 2 of those look like they're going sour already too. So I'm gonna leave them in there because they're due to hatch in a couple days anyways. But I don't have high hopes for those 2 eggs. And it's a cool clutch because it's a Super Phantom that was bred to either Tesla, who's my Leopard Blackhead Purple Passion, or Shredder, who is my Super Mojave Banana. Alright, so with this clutch, we are Super Enchi OD to OD Enchi Leopard pinstripe. And this egg here looks like it might just be Super Enchi, possibly OD, and that's about it. The head stamped, it's definitely not pinstripe, and I think it's definitely not leopard, because you can usually tell from the head stamp the way Enchi and leopard work together. So it doesn't look like, there's definitely not leopard in there. So this is an Enchi, possible Enchi OD combo. Pretty snake. I'm actually curious to see what it'll look like once it hatches and sheds. And this was the first one to pip, so let's actually kind of cute. They started. I caught both snakes like yawning because after they pipped out. Stretching out the jaw muscles, getting ready to eat some rats. Alrighty, let's flip this open here. And this one's a little bit different. Now this one, I don't think it's leopard either. It's definitely not a pinstripe. Thinking maybe this one might have a little bit of OD mixed in there. Definitely the patterning is a little different on top of the head there. A little bit brighter. It's hard to see the pattern too much. It's a pretty snake. Definitely more on the kind of basic side though. Enchi, possible super enchi, maybe some OD mixed in there as well. Look, he's already got the tongue flicks going. He's ready to go. And this one actually pipped pretty early on here. And this one's looking a lot brighter than this one. So I'm thinking maybe this one, well, it's hard to say. It's looks like it could have some orange dream in it. This one's definitely a lot brighter. And the head stamp's completely different on it as well. So we'll see when those come out. The banding on this is a lot more reduced though, so I'm wondering if from the top half of this snake compared to the back of this snake, we'll see. Maybe this is super enchi, maybe that's just a single gene enchi. Now with mom being super enchi, I'm guaranteed that all of the babies come out with one copy of enchi. With both parents having enchi, it definitely highly increases my odds of getting super enchis out of, a greater number of the babies. And that's why I typically like to work with supers when I can. Now this one probably looks like it's not ready to come out yet. And it looks like it may not even be ready to hatch yet. The head's still really, really, really light. So now I'm starting to think about whether or not I even cut the rest of these eggs at this point, because this one's definitely probably could use another couple days in the egg here. So I think what I'm going to do, now this one's definitely pinstripe too, but it's hard to say because I can almost kind of tell just from looking at the snake that it's not ready to come out. I'm not going to cut these other eggs right now. I'll come back and do the rest of this video at a different point because there's still a lot of fluid in here, and to me when there's still a lot of fluid in the egg, and it's possibly means that snake's not ready to hatch yet. You don't want to cut veins and then have the baby lose the blood supply, and I don't want to do any damage to any more eggs if they're not ready to hatch. So that's sort of the issue with your incubator when it might be a degree or two hot. If those eggs are incubating a little warm and these two are ready to come out and the rest aren't, you can run an issue of cutting these eggs too early and killing the baby because it was just cut too soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these guys another couple days to see if they can pip on their own. Hopefully they do, and hopefully they finish growing all the way. If I don't see them, probably they're originally due, I would look around the 6th or 7th. if I don't see them come out probably by this weekend, which is, you know, maybe the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, I'll probably end up cutting the rest of them just to make sure they're okay. But because of the fact that they're, you know, it takes 58 days to hatch, and these two are almost a week early, these guys might require still another 4 or 5 days to incubate. So we'll let them go, and I'll pick up this video here in a couple days when I start seeing the other ones start to pip out. But I can tell that this one, all of the color kind of wasn't really formed yet in the snake's body, so it definitely wasn't ready to come out yet, and I don't want to cause any more damage. Hopefully this one hatches okay, and hopefully I'm not waiting too long to cut these 3, but I definitely don't want to cut them way too early because it's just going to end up killing the baby. So let's I'm going to cut the video here, and then we'll pick this back up once I start seeing the rest of them pip out. Alright, so it is a day and a half later from when I cut out of the video. This one was the one that I cut open, and I thought it may have been a little early, and it probably looked like it was to cut it open, but it did poke its head out here, and it looks really cool. It is, at the very least, I'm thinking leopard, enchi, and pinstripe, but I don't know what else is going on in there. There's a really cool looking snake. The pattern, it could be super OD, but I'm not sure. The head is really white. It has really, really yellow eye stripes. Let me pull it up a little closer so you can see it. I think one of the big ways you can tell if an egg is really ready to be cut all the way open or not is how much egg goo is still inside of there. The snakes really absorb a lot of that. You know, in the last couple days they're in there, and as you can see, there's not a whole lot of juice left in there, but when I first cut it open, it was kind of oozing out everywhere. So, you know, that the snake really absorbs a lot of that. It gives them a lot of their kind of their weight as you are finishing up the last couple days of incubation, so you don't want to ruin that. But this snake looks really cool. This clutch, I'm thinking I hit better odds than the first clutch of Super Enchi OD to Big Puma. These two, as you can see, they're all the way out. Just from looking online and comparing so far, I'm thinking this snake is an Enchi Super Orange Dream, and it's similar to one of the snakes in the other clutch, so I'm thinking maybe that they're the same thing. Really, really, really bright snake. And the I don't know if you can see the head stamp. There you go. So the head stamp on there is kind of like the big indicator that I found from online. Chicken Morph Market, is it seems like when you have just single gene Enchi and Super OD, that's kind of what the head stamp looks like almost kind of like a white skull on top. And this one here, I'm thinking is a single gene Enchi and a single gene Orange Dream. That is a beautiful snake too. You can tell the difference. It definitely has the orange pattern coming up the sides. The Enchi striping is pretty similar as well, but you can definitely tell the difference with 2 copies of Orange Dream in there, how much brighter this one is than this snake here. Both beautiful though. Enchi and Orange Dream work really well together. So those are those two. Ooh, roll back over, buddy. This one pipped on its own. These two hadn't pipped yet, but what I did is I made just a little tiny hole in the tops of the eggs just to make sure they weren't having any issues pipping out. And this one actually stuck its head all the way out, so it looked like it was ready to go. This one hasn't come out yet, but I think it's at this point, I think it's safe to kind of get them all out and take a look, see what's going on. There are some insane looking head stamps in these last couple snakes here though, from the little bit that I could see as they're poking their heads out. So I thought with the other clutch that I hit some crazy things, and go take a look at that video. I think it was clutch number 5, which was the first Big Puma Super Enchi OD.
But this snake's obviously putting its head in there. But look at the crazy pattern on that snake. There's obviously no pinstripe in there. But I'm thinking this might be Super OD, Enchi Leopard, maybe Super Enchi. I wish it would have its head out because the head stamp on there was amazing. I don't even know where the head is at this point. Oop, there it is. That's the head right there if you can see it. So the head stamp on that one is really cool. And we got two more. This one up front here, I'm thinking might be similar to my kind of my big hitter from the first clutch. It might even be the same exact snake, and I'm thinking that snake is Super Orange Dream Enchi Leopard Pin. Not sure if it's Super Enchi or not. There aren't too many snakes similar to this. I saw Ozzy had one sold, but that one had yellow belly in it as well. If this pattern is more reduced than the other one, if there's less pinstriping than the other snake and the other clutch, that might lead me to believe that it's a Super Enchi instead of just a single gene Enchi. But the pattern is so reduced once you start adding in all those genes that it's really hard to say. Still, I think I need to cut this open a little more. Snakes are pretty big inside these eggs, so that's good. Just start off a little healthier, and this guy's running loose on me. Get back in your house, buddy. Get back in your house. Alrighty. So, now this snake looks pretty similar to Dad. I'm not thinking this one's Super OD, but it's hard to tell, pre-shed. It's a very bright snake, but it doesn't have the same kind of color, like the brownness to it that the other Super OD does. It's a beautiful snake though, so I'm curious to see how to compare this one when it comes out, but you can see the head on that one's pretty cool looking too. This one kind of looks like Dad, but it definitely has an extra gene compared to what Dad has, and Dad was OD Enchi Pinstripe Leopard. So, maybe this one has the extra Enchi in it. I'm not sure. I definitely want to compare that one side by side with the other snake and the other clutch that I fell in love with. I'm actually really curious what this snake is too, because this one's really, really, really different looking. That one's very different looking. So this one is the last one that I haven't really seen a whole lot of. It's moving in there. It is just kind of hiding though. Hasn't poked out yet, but the pattern looks pretty stinking cool. This one's still a little gooier than the other ones, but judging by the fact that the rest of these came out already and they all look good, I'm thinking this one's probably okay too. This one's got a pretty funky pattern too. Now this looks, I don't know where the head is. I'd try to poke the head out if I could, but I'm having a hard time. This thing is stuffed in there. He's a big boy. Where's your head at, buddy? Don't bother him too much. It looks similar to the one on the other clutch, which I'm thinking might be maybe Super OD Enchi Leopard. It's a really pretty snake. The pattern's really, really kind of random. I have no idea where the head is. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to kind of like poke it up, but I don't. Yeah, I haven't seen the head on this one. Oh, oh, there it is. There's the nose. I wonder if I can get the head out. I wonder if whoop, there it is. That's a pretty neat head stamp. Look at that. Look how cool that one is. I mean, if you're really big on the head stamp game, these are the combos to go, because I literally have, you know, 4 different genes I'm working with, and supers in 2 of them. You know, I can be working with super enchi, super OD, pinstripe leopard. Well, that's it. Just those 4 genes, but 2 of them are supers. And the amount of combinations of head stamps and colors and patterns are just insane. And I don't know how much more you can do with this line. I think adding yellow belly in makes a big difference. Maybe pastel, maybe fire, maybe some other genes I'm not thinking of at this point in time. But just the variety in combining those 4 genes, you know, 2 of them being supers in some of these, is amazing. I can't wait to get like a side-by-side of the 2 clutches. So I have 9 snake, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, this is 6, and the other one had 4, so 10 snakes. Just how different the patterning is between all 10 of those snakes, and how different the head stamps are, and how different the patterns themselves are, and how different the coloration is. You know, we go from yellow snakes down here to, you know, tiger snakes up here to, you know, these snakes here that have the huge contrast in the head stamps. The heads are almost all yellow. You know, these heads are traditional kind of ball python heads. They're just insane, the amount of difference between the pattern and the color in all these snakes. And I can't wait for them the rest of these to come out to see what they look like, because these 2 are more traditional. They're just really pretty. The 4 of these, their patterns and colors are completely unique, and I don't know if I've really seen one like this, although I don't know if it's like a super crazy combo or not. And the head stamps on these 2 are insane. And even this one is really, it looks like Big Puma, but like better. So I can't wait for them to come out all the way. And, you know, I'll definitely get a picture of all of them and update you guys on Instagram before they shed, just to let you know what they actually look like once I get them into the tub. So hopefully in the next, well, the picture will probably be up on Instagram before this video posts, because I'm a couple of videos ahead. But they are awesome looking, and I'm kind of curious to try to get them all out, ID them, and see. I might have some holdbacks in this clutch too, because I think I hit gold here. So I'm really excited about these guys and the last 4 I had. And that's it for today's video. That's probably long enough as it is, but really cool clutch. I'm really excited about it, and stay tuned for the updates on these guys. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.